You know, Joe Budden, you made a crucial mistake. And the crucial mistake you made was getting on my bad side. Because you see, now I'm forced to destroy your career. And the way I'm going to go about destroying your career is sicking my nigga Jonathan Greenblatt on you. For the unaware, Jonathan Greenblatt is a name that should send shivers up anybody's spine. It should make your ass, your booty hole quiver. You see, Jonathan Greenblatt is the head of the ADL. The ADL, the people, you talk about Jews, you say anything wrong about Jewish people, and the ADL is going to come for that ass. I'm going to take your bank account, shut you down, close your YouTube channel. And by the way, well deserved, because we don't have any space in this world for anti-Semitism. So my job by the end of this video is to bring awareness to the ADL of your Jew hatred, your anti-Semitic ways, Joe Budden. Let me ask you a question, Joe Budden. What is it about Jewish people that makes you so angry? Why do you hate Jewish people so much, huh? What is it? Is it because they're good people? Is it because Jewish people are kind and charitable? Or is it because Jewish people, being God's people, have the light of God in their eyes, and that brings out the demonic presence inside of evil people like you, Joe Budden? Is that what it is? Well, that could be it, but I'll tell you exactly where this comes from. You see, the other day, Joe Budden decided to interject himself into the beef of Kendrick Lamar and Drake. You see, Joe Budden has been a long-standing hater of Drake for a lot of obvious reasons. But one of the main reasons, I believe, and he exposed himself the other day on his show, is his pure, unadulterated Jew hatred. And that was exposed the other day when he was on his show and he called Drake a Jew. Listen to this.
He's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes, being the biggest sack of possibly be. I'm not here to That's it. And he's fucking white, and he's Jewish, and he had too much dip on his chip.
I'm sorry, I'm just flabbergasted. This is disgusting and vile anti-Semitism. He goes on this rant and he goes on to call Drake a piece of shit Jewish guy. Excuse me? With everything that Jewish people have been going through this year alone, you want to take your stupid petty beef with Drake and sprinkle on anti-Semitism on top of it for no reason. What does Drake being a Jewish guy, a Jewish man, have anything to do with your beef? What does Drake having sex with your girlfriend back in the days? Because that's what happened, folks. This is where this beef stems from. Drake donkey f***ed a girl named Tahiri. Tahiri was the love of Joe Budden's life. The guy tried to propose to her, wanted to marry this woman. And Drake came into the picture and donkey fucked her on a private jet. And then after, he shipped her back home to you. It's okay. But again, what does that have to do with Jewish people? Why insert Jewish people into this problem? And pile on, the anti-Semitic, with the anti-Semitic sentiment that's been going on in this country. You're adding fuel to the fire and you're endangering the good Jewish people for no other reason other than pure unadulterated Jew hatred and anti-Semitism. And what gets me the most is that you get to enjoy the privileges of being on a platform like YouTube, where all these big corporations get to promote their products on your videos. And in exchange, you get to rake in millions of dollars a year off the back of Jewish people with your hatred towards them, endangering the good Jewish people in this country. I won't stand for it, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You've gone too far. I can accept you being a critic of Drake. I can accept you, coming for Drake. But when you involve Jewish people and endangering Jewish people and adding fuel to the fire of anti-Semitism that is running rampant in this country, look at the attacks on Jewish people that have been going on in this country for the past year. Anti-Semitic attacks have been on the rise, up 1,000, 2,000% this year alone. And it's because of people just like you, disgusting, vile anti-Semites, my friend. As non-Jews, we need to make sure we're there for Jewish people. We need to protect the good Jewish people from vile, disgusting anti-Semites like Joe Budden. And the way we do these things is by bringing awareness to the ADL of these Jew haters. It's the only way. We bring them up to the attention of the super Jew, Jonathan Greenblatt. And once Jonathan Greenblatt gets a hold of this, he'll take care of it from there. He'll make a couple phone calls to JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, Bank of America, Wachovia. Hey guys, we have a disgusting anti-Semite goes by the name of Joe Budden. Let's debank him. No more direct deposit from Google. No more acting for you, Joe Budden. Yeah, screw this guy. Anyway, thanks, fellas. Thanks for debanking this guy. Hey, you guys want to come over for lunch? We got some bagels with cream cheese, but my celiac disease has been acting up lately. Oh, my God. I've been shitting all over the place. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye. Joe Budden, you're finished. You're going back to the days back, you know, Joe Budden killed the baby. Allegedly. There's a woman that Joe Budden was involved with, and Joe Budden got her pregnant. And back before Joe Budden used to have a podcast, he used to be a drug addict, nobody. Used to live in a rent-stabilized apartment, poor guy, with a lot of financial problems. And Joe Budden had this girlfriend, and she was pregnant by Joe Budden, and Joe Budden killed her baby. She came out and said Joe Budden killed her baby by bouncing up on her stomach. Yeah, folks, you heard that correctly. Joe Budden got his girlfriend, threw her on the floor violently, grabbed her by the hands, and started bouncing up on her stomach like you remember the hippity hopper balls we used to have in schools at recreation? Remember? That ball that had a handle on it, you just bounce all up and down in recess. Remember that when you were a little kid? The Little Tykes Mega 18-inch bouncing hopper ball, remember that? Joe Budden treated a human being, African-American, beautiful African-American female human being, like a bouncy ball to kill her fetus. Folks, we're talking about a disgusting, vile monster here. And to top it off, his hatred doesn't stop there at killing babies. It goes further than that. He's also a vile anti-Semite. You know, we're talking about a guy that's willing to kill a baby and literally bounce on a pregnant woman's stomach like it's a bouncy ball. What else is this guy capable of? You know, people hate Drake because of his Jewishness. They hate Drake because he is successful. They hate Drake because, you know, let's be honest, another thing that's been exposed about Joe Budden is that he has erectile dysfunction. Yeah, I'm serious. A long time ago, his baby mom, named Sin Santana, exposed on a TV show, Love and Hip Hop, that Joe Budden does not have sex with her. Joe Budden cannot function in the bedroom. And out of her despair, she was so desperate, she took Joe Budden out on a night out in New York City. She booked the hotel room because she wanted to get donkey by a man. Well, when Joe Budden was made aware of the plans for the night, he got very upset because, Joe Budden has erectile dysfunction. He said, no, I'm going home. I'm going home. His baby mom, Sin Santana, so, she got out of the car, left, got into a rage, and before she got in a cab to go somewhere else, she said, you have a senior citizen, Dick. Go back and watch the episode. I'm not making this stuff up. This stuff is on the internet, folks. This is all out there for you to see. So now we start to see where all the hatred from Joe Budden comes towards Drake. It's all these things compounded into one. Number one, it's penis envy. Joe Budden does have erectile dysfunction. It's been proven by all of his exes. They've all complained and moaned about Joe Budden's erectile dysfunction. When it comes to Drake, well, we've learned that Drake is literally packing on a missile. We've seen the videos, the leaked videos of Drake stroking his beef in his home. I mean, Drake's thing, it's literally borderline grotesque looking. The size of this thing, it's disgusting. In my opinion, it's way too big. So you have all this information in the back of your head and you say to yourself, well, wait a minute. Drake took a couple of Joe Budden's ex-girlfriends, donkey fucked them, with that abnormally large style penis. Made these women fall in love because, again, women fall in love through sex. It's a very intimate moment, and women, they usually fall in love with a guy who pipes them down correctly. Drake was rearranging their guts. Joe Budden was not because, again, Joe Budden has erectile dysfunction. And now we get the women that talks amongst themselves. This world these people live in is very small. And you don't think these women talks amongst themselves and tell these things, these sexual experiences had with these rappers? You think they don't talk about it? Oh my God, Drake literally flew me out to Toronto, and then we went to Turks and Caicos, and he was literally donkey fucking me. He was blowing up my uterus and giving me a yeast infection. Oh my God, I came like 20 times. But then Joe Budden, I don't know, his shit didn't even get hard. And then when it did get hard, he came a little bit, and then he farted and went to sleep. And that's it. What the hell? I was like, what the hell? This is how these East Coast, New York, New Jersey, fat-ass women with BBLs, this is how they talk amongst themselves. The ones that sleep with the rappers, with the NBA players. So the entire industry finds out about it. This is embarrassing stuff for Joe Budden. And then you factor in the musical. Joe Budden was a rapper. Joe Budden was a very devout and dedicated rapper. But his rap career went nowhere. One hit song 25 years ago, folks, we're talking about. In the year 2000. You compare that with Drake, well, my friend, there's no comparison. You can think about the biggest rappers ever existed. Drake is bigger. Drake is better. So, folks, we're talking about the greatest rapper, the greatest lyricist that's ever existed. He goes by the name of Drake. And you're comparing him to a rapper with a soft penis from 25 years ago with one hit song. Folks, the comparison, it doesn't even make any logical sense. And so you start to see where these anti-Semitic feelings start to fester with this guy, Joe Budden. But here's the problem, Joe Budden. Anti-Semitism isn't the answer, my friend. You see, we've moved past anti-Semitism in this country. We're civilized human beings, and we accept Jews for who they are. You can't go ahead and get your inadequacies and take them out on Jewish people just because. It doesn't work that way, my friend. Sorry. It's not Jewish people's fault your dick doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's called erectile dysfunction. It's a medical condition suffered from a lot of men in this country. Sorry, shriveled dick. Sorry, limp mode. It's not the fault of Jewish people. Your rap career never went anywhere. Even though you put your heart and soul into those lyrics. You know, Joe Budden used to make music for guys with depression and anxiety. He used to make these mixtapes called mood music. And they were very heartfelt beats with a lot of passion. And Joe Budden would, he would write his heart out. He poured his blood and sweat into those lyrics and talk about his struggles. My nigga, we don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear records that Drake talks about fucking bitches and getting money. We want to hear catchy hooks. And then Drake throwing subliminal shots about donkey your baby mom, flying her out and buying your 7-year-old son sneakers because his old sneakers were dirty and scuffed. Listen to the song If the Shoe Fits by Drake. One of the greatest songs that's ever existed. A lot of subliminals in that song. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this video out and I'm going to go write a long, heartfelt letter to my nigga Jonathan Greenblatt over there at the ADL to make sure that they're made aware of your disgusting and vile anti-Semitism. To make them aware that your hatred towards a Jewish rapper by the name of Drake is going and perpetuating Jew hatred in this country with your vile, disgusting anti-Semitic remarks. And as a result, endangering the lives of Jewish people in this country because you're fueling the anti-Semitism with your rhetoric.